going on, guys? It is me, Vivid Naz again, hitting you up with some more of that Kingdoms Under Fire 2 gameplay. So this is kind of to pick off where we left off last time. Just after capturing the temple, we are going in deeper into the temple, and hopefully you'll see a boss by the end of this. I just want to say the montage before this video was probably the most amount of work I've ever put into something, even though it's not really the best thing ever, but actually I'm pretty proud of it. Really did enjoy making that. If you did enjoy it, why not drop a like? Will make me feel validated in putting all that hard work in that what 40-second clip. I think it was like 2 days 2 days to make that. Well, not 2 days to make it, but just 2 days to make sure it was just how I wanted it to be. But anyway, let's get back to the gameplay at hand. This mission is probably, no, it is the funnest mission that I've played so far in this game. It's probably one of the toughest missions because you just have to, your resource management has to be on point. I've kind of skipped bits and parts because this mission did end up being half an hour or 23 minutes or something along the lines of that, and I managed to cut out a bit the last part where it's a dialogue between the people. I accidentally lowered the dialogue to a point where you can't really hear anyone, can't really hear what's going on. So here you get to take control of one of the sorcerer classes from one of the other videos, and they're kind of useless in this mission, to be honest. They're not really doing much damage, but I'm skipping between the sort of fights that kind of occurred between going from the bottom of the temple right to the top, and you're trying to kind of capture this amulet by the end of it, which is the source of all the cursed elves that you see throughout the whole mission. So here, before I went against the Sorc army, I made sure to position my muskets because they are the highest damaging people I have on my team. Maybe make them take like a little pot shot at them. Try and position them. Do Z for the fire at will command and let them take the shot. Managed to do quite a bit of damage to them, and we just go in, instantly get knocked down twice. Once by the Scorpion and then by the Orc infantry. Try and just kind of use my AoE stuff to do as much damage as possible, but it just ends up being an absolute clusterfuck. It ends up being pretty hard, actually. This part carried on for about 10 minutes. We kept on getting reinforcements. I kept on having to heal my troops. I kept on having to make sure that I was alive, and I'm sure with 4 people this would have been much more easier, but of course we're gonna go with that old carcass, old joke. I have no friends, so there's no point. None of my friends want to play this game. Maybe because they just don't know how good it is. Maybe that's why. But anyway, we're gonna be cutting shortly to another part of this fight because this literally goes on for quite a while. They keep getting infantry, we keep getting reinforcements coming to help them. I try and move my muskets out of the fight just so we can get some more shots. Whilst I move my muskets out of the fight, Orc infantry start coming from the stairs to the right, just here, and they start sort of interrupting my musketeers from doing much. Manage to clear them out, and I try and make sure that the Scorpion dies, because the Scorpion just does AoE and just kind of knocks back everyone. Whilst they're knocked back, they're still taking damage from the other Orc infantry, so if they're not really trading for damage, take that out, and then I go back to the sort of main bulk, the main force. But I want to make sure the musketeers are positioned well. Just as I try and do that, more orcs show up, taking them out using massive AoE. I just feel that the character that I play is way more underpowered than these troops, which is not how I want to be feeling. I'm trying to find out a way that I can put my PayPal onto this game, because I really do want to spend some money on this game just to kind of increase the inventory slots. I'll have a video coming up on that soon, how the whole game sort of runs away from these battles, so how the game runs when you're not playing these battles, because it's pretty interesting, and it's kind of annoying how much you just kind of have to push through at the moment, because the inventory slots, you get a ridiculously small number. There's not like any bank or anything you can put your stuff inside, so I'm gonna see if I can either maybe buy more inventory space, or maybe buy like a little storage space in the bank, because you'll need it to craft better troops, and with better troops these missions kind of become easier, and I kind of need them to be a bit easier for me, since I am doing these all by myself at the moment. Hopefully soon. I've read more concrete evidence that this game will be coming in spring. It was announced for the PS4, spring would be the time it would arrive in the West. And if that's the time it will be arriving in the West, I'm guessing the PC version will be slightly before that. But if it's slightly before that, I'm wondering why there's been no news about it coming slightly before, and why they've not really bothered to sort of push it out, try and make people know that this game's coming out, it's going to come out, and it's going to be amazing. But I hope they have a massive patch for the grunt noises. The grunt noises are so annoying. They really are one of the most annoying things I've ever seen in a game. And also the English dialogue. Just fix the English dialogue. Either have it as text or have it as dialogue. Don't go in between, because in between just kind of throws off people. Like one time you have a character saying something and then it's just all text. It's not too good. We come to what my favourite part of this mission is. You take out these two Gnoll guards who don't really do much damage by themselves. You're pushing through and then you get kind of ambushed. It's not really much of an ambush when I can see them before they come, but you get ambushed by these orcs. We try and take them out. We successfully take them out actually, and then this massive sort of golem troll, I don't know, this monster anyway. Monster appears out of nowhere and we kind of have to take him out. The dude reminds me of Goliath from people who played Evolve. So the Goliath from Evolve, it looks pretty similar to him. Maybe the Goliath looks pretty similar to this guy. I'm not sure which one came out first. But it's not really the most original design for a monster, but here he pops through. The massive motherfucker. Tusked beast. And these, I don't even know what these enemies are. Devourers, I think they're called. But they're just super flimsy enemies. I thought they would be super hard, so I made sure to kind of I tried fighting him, and then one of his breath attacks done all of my health, and I was like, okay, I should probably move away from this guy. Scared I would die, so I moved away. And just before he charged into everyone, I moved away and tried to sort of clear out the backline, because it tends to be the backline does the most damage. Sort of the ranged units, they're the one who do the damage dealers. Infantry units just kind of keep other infantry units from getting to your backline. At least in my opinion, that's what I think. That's what I think this game sort of devolves to. And I also want to try the PvP. There's a PvP mechanic in this game where you have sort of two armies. I think it's 5-on-5, each controlling 3 units. So it's like 15 units on 15 units, and you just kind of have to battle it out and see who wins. And I would really like to try that, but at the moment it seems to be locked for me. I don't know what the sort of criteria is to play that mode, but I hope I can unlock it soon, or I hope I can find out soon what the criteria is for that mode, because it would be pretty awesome to kind of see what that would be like. And then never really played multiplayer like that, where it's a sort of mix by how well you can position your troops to, you know, how well you do yourself, kind of. So I'm just trying to position people away from this sort of devourer beast. I don't even know what he's called, and trying to make sure that we get our backline firing at him with all possible strength. But you can see just after like the first shot from the musketeers, he takes quite a bit of his quite a bit of his health, and I'm trying to sort of clear out everyone else, but not the actual boss himself, because the boss is a pain in the ass and he's super strong. But also on the left, you can see on the left and the right, you can see sort of 2 shamans. I don't think you can see them too well here, but I'll hopefully show you them afterwards. I found out that those shamans heal the orc units, so I should have probably taken him out first. Managed to take out the devourer. Doesn't actually drop. Well, we're gonna call him a devourer. I don't know why I'm calling him devourer. The enemies are called devourer, but anyway, he didn't drop as good a loot as I thought he would drop for someone of that size and someone of that difficulty as well. So far, the sort of armor diversity, it's been alright. The armor sets are pretty cool. for the other classes, well, at least for the spell class, I forgot what her name is, because they are gender locked, which is ridiculous, to be honest. Having gender locked classes, but the gender locked classes, the higher you rank up, the skimpier your clothes get, which I think is funny. And the berserker, like, fuck knows what gender that shit is. It's just weird. It's just some weird demonic person. Someone said he was an orc, but it doesn't really look like an orc fella to me. So I just couldn't be bothered going there myself, so it's kind of set my musketeers to the task here. Well, I think I do set my musketeers just to take him out. And the archers from the backline are already taking pot shots at him. Sorry about that. Somehow, for some reason, I thought doing inventory management middle of recording was a good idea. But as I said, some new troops. I'll hopefully try and get something to show you how sort of troop progression occurs in this game. And I just kind of threw this in just for just to show that there are cutscenes in this game. But they're so goddamn awful. They're literally so bad. I don't even know how I managed to make the start look slightly bearably good. But there's no emotion on characters' faces apart from the actual main villain. He looks pretty cool. Like, he looks pretty intriguing. I want to see what his motives are, but apart from that, Kira, this woman here, she's dull as mince, she's thick as pie. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. That has been me, Vivinnaz, taking you through some Kingdoms Under Fire 2. I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you subscribe and stay there, people. Goodbye.